Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about the challenge. Season 32, episode 12. What is going on? What is going down? We playing the game a little bit different this season. We ain't just gonna go after the rookies anymore. We ain't playing no scared game because we got Cam, we got Nelson, even Shane with his little ignorant ass. So it was like, okay, you got something to worry about. Ain't nobody safe because we don't know who's going to change their mind on who. Is Amanda going to stay loyal to the Lavender Ladies, or she's going to switch up with Zach because Zach kind of got control of her, kind of got a little bit control over the team. And then on top of that, she's aligning herself with, what's his name? Johnny and Tony. And maybe Kyle and Brad. Like, let's see what happens because we know, Zach is experiencing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if Amanda's going to be able to stand tall. Is she going to be able to stand strong in the midst of dealing with Zach? And is Zach going to switch the flip? Switch on, Tony and Bananas, even though Zach said he loved him some Tony. But what might happen if Zach can align himself with the Lavender Ladies and have more votes on his side where people won't vote his team in? Makes good. Especially if Zach can actually play both sides. That'll be a great game. And, Zach is ready to manipulate people. He's ready, even though he disrespected Amanda like he had no business doing. But I remember saying this maybe earlier this season or last season. Earlier this season that Amanda, she might not be the most physical competitor, but when it comes to puzzles, she's really good. She's good at puzzles. And she proved it again that she's good at puzzles when it comes to, because she is smart on that level. I think she helped Corey or somebody out on Vendettas when I was first introduced to Amanda. Like, she was good at puzzles. So let's get into it. So we have, Johnny Bananas and, Tony, they win. So basically they got the power vote. They think they're this shit right now. Of course they do. And guess who their target is? Their target is none other than Nelson. And Shane's been going at Bananas, coming at him and coming at Cara, doing a little thing with the Lavender Ladies. And we know, Bananas want to break up the Lavender Ladies. You know how that is. You know how that goes or whatever. But, Johnny Bananas is not stupid too as well. He knows Shane with Nelson is more of a powerful team, and he know him and Nelson doesn't have any alliance. Even though Tony and Bananas can say, oh, well, it's all Shane's fault, but really they want Nelson out the picture because he is a contender. He's a player, and he has proven and shown if he gets the chance and the opportunity and a good teammate and he can focus and calm his mind down, he can do it. Like, he's not just a regular averager, regular degular challenger. He's actually improved, and he keeps improving. He keeps getting better and better. Okay. So we have that situation. So everybody's out at the club chilling. You know what I'm saying? Nelson and Tony talk. Tony, Tony does his live. I'm going to let you know if I vote for you, Nelson. You know what I mean? It won't be a shock or surprise. Come on now. Nelson don't be gullible. Don't think that Tony's going to actually tell you the way he's going to vote. Come on. Killer Cam didn't do it. And Nelson and Tony and Bananas are only doing this because they saw Killer Cam do it and do a good job at it and make sure they secure who they wanted to go into Armageddon. You know what I mean? So we have that situation going down. Nelson's kind of hurt when he finds out that, Tony's not going to keep his word. Tony didn't keep his word to Johnny Bananas. He's damn sure ain't going to keep it to you, Nelson. He doesn't have an alliance with you. He ain't down with the Lavender Ladies or anything like that. So we have that situation going on. And so now we get back to the house. For some reason, Ashley, she's crying. She's stressed out. She's in the bed. She's crying because she slept with Kyle. I guess off camera, they're making fun of her or probably calling her a slut bucket and things like that, which is very disrespectful, especially for Nelson and Hunter to be disrespecting Ashley when she got their back and she's on their team. And you got Hunter talking shit about his partner in front of Tony and Johnny Bananas, knowing that they don't like them, and Tony and Johnny Bananas has been hoping for a divide for the Lavender Ladies and breaking them down and breaking them apart, and you're just showing weakness. And also Hunter, you're showing immatureness, and also Nelson is showing that he's being immature too as well, because they know the guys in that room will take them out in a heartbeat, will throw them under the bus quick, fast, in a hurry if they could. So why would they be talking about their discrepancies or their problems with their teammate with the ops? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, for real. It really doesn't make any sense. Like, come on, you guys got to be a little bit more mature and judging Ashley about her sex partners. Come on, Nelson. One season you slept with 2 women. One went home, then you slept with the next one. So miss me with that bullshit. And Hunter, you slept with Ashley, then you tried to get with Kayla, and then you tried to bully Kayla and disrespect her because she didn't want nothing to do with you. She wasn't feeling you because you ain't her type. And first of all, let's talk about Hunter's haircut. What the fuck is going on with Hunter's haircut? Did you see that? He had all the hair on the side and in the front, comb up to the front. He had it going across this way, across that way, and coming down. Like, come on, like, cut it off. Cut your hair off. Or get hair plugs like Brad. Do something. But don't be sitting up here on camera with that Leave It to Beaver haircut. Come on, you. This is not the 1950s, my friend. I'm like, what is going on with this bullshit? And I'm proud of Brad that he actually stuck up for Ashley and was like, I can't believe this is despicable and blase in a third. And he was like, I can't believe I'm having this conversation. And for Brad, this is an improvement in Brad's mental thinking that he has matured over the years, because Brad used to be judgmental, but now he's more open-minded and shit like that, especially just coming back in, being married, having kids. Like, you don't dog a woman out like that. And plus, you don't dog your teammate in front of your enemies that you're all competing for $1 million in front of. What is going on? And Nelson, you need to watch what you're doing, because Hunter got you in trouble last time when you was all drunk and all caught up. He egged you on and then watched you fight, Derek, and then you got your ass sent home while he stayed there, and then he laughed about it. Then he apologized that, he had something to do with you going home. So Nelson, I'm going to need you to get it together, or you're going to be on my shit list. And I don't want you there because you're my baby. So anyways, moving on from that situation. So they're dogging out Ashley. Yeah, Ashley should have kept her legs closed. She should have kept her legs closed if she was going to be bothered about what the guys were going to say about her. But if she was going to be happily flaunting and having sex with Kyle, then she should have just kept it that way. And if she wasn't going to be able to handle the criticism, she shouldn't have did it. And plus, now she's feeling like she made a mistake, because she feels like she made a mistake with him, because she probably feels like, oh, she was just just another number. It didn't mean anything. He's not going to protect her. He doesn't have her back, because at least when she slept with Hunter did have her back for the time being until Ashley went ham on him. And Ashley been a very emotional being and having insecurities and flying off at the handle and having all types of, emotions go on at once that, combobulate and bust and pop like a balloon. She probably should have kept it not physical with anybody, because it's hard for her to control her emotions or what she says. She's very impulsive. She's very emotional. So, the last thing you need to do in a game like this, where everything is about mind, physical, and your mentality, she probably shouldn't have had sex with Kaya. Not that it's wrong that she has sex with Kaya, but she also has sex with somebody that's not going to make her feel better. It's not going to put her up on a pedestal, not going to treat her special, because when they were laughing at her, Kaya didn't do anything unless it was edited out where maybe he did try to comfort her or whatever, but it just seems like it was a bad situation. Then Amanda and Sylvia, they come and they try to, help out, Ashley and her feelings and how she feels about the situation or whatever, blase and the third. And Hunter's really messing up, because, he's letting the other guys he's dogging out his partner in front of the other guys, knowing how Ashley is mentally. The last thing you need to do is judge her. You need to be supporting her and be around her side and be there with her, so your team don't go down, sinking down the hill, because you already seen her throw a challenge because of how you treat and how you talk about her. Now you're in the room talking about she's a fucking stupid dumb slut, and then you say that you're gonna come from her family. Like, how do you say that about your partner? Johnny Bananas, Tony, and everybody else is like, yo, for real, they're tearing up like this. This is good. This is awesome. Like, you forgetting that you're playing a game. You forgetting that you're being watched. Like, what's wrong with these people? Like, come on. Like, for real. So let me keep moving before I stay on this forever. So we have that situation go on, and then Hunter just really pissed me off, and then having Nelson being involved pissed me off too as well, because he should know better. And but at least Brad stuck up for Ashley. And then we got Johnny, we got Cara, and then we have Tony basically having a conversation. Cara don't know where the vote is going, but she knows it's not going towards her way. So she slipped them some information saying that, Hunter and Ashley are coming for Tony and coming for Johnny Bananas, and they already know that because she's the little information she's getting from Marie. So I think the Lavender's ladies need to kind of like diss Marie and like know that Marie is not on their team after the last episode when she was arguing at them or whatever, and she told them who she's siding with. So why let her in on what you guys are doing? But because you also need a vote. And you're playing her. I know they're playing her too as well. And they're going to throw Marie under the bus soon as fast as possible. So we see how that situation goes. And so Shane meets up with the Lavender ladies. They're all in the bathroom, and basically they're trying to strategize their votes and make sure all their burnt votes go into the right spot, so no one in their team get double votes just in case wherever, Johnny Bananas and Tony votes go. So they strategize. Shane come up with the strategy, even though they had to write it down and all that other good stuff, but it did work out at the end. So we have that shit going on. So it's all cool. And so now we get ready we get to Armageddon. We're at Armageddon, and then it goes down. Okay, the teams with the most votes is Nelson and Shane, Amanda and Zach, and Jose and Devon. Let me tell you, I like Jose and Devon. Like, they're doing their thing. They've been coming back. They're just like maggots. They're trying to get rid of them. They're trying to swat them off like flies. If they keep coming back, they keep reinventing themselves. They keep turning into flies. They keep turning. They ain't stopping. They haven't gave up. They don't care if the house is against them. They don't care what you think about them. They don't care. They keep coming back. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling that. I'm loving that. You know what I mean? I just wish Shane wasn't so disrespectful to Devon and show her some respect. You know what? Because at the end, right now, Shane and Nelson needs Devon and Jose. They don't need them, but that'll be an extra team to vote against Johnny Bananas and Brad and Kyle, and possibly Amanda and Zach, but they're not going to go against Amanda because Amanda's part of the Lavender ladies, but that will help them more of an alliance, especially with the men. So it'll be Hunter, it'll be Shane, then you can throw in Jose because they need another male partner, and Josh seems like he's down for the Lavender ladies. Josh hasn't really shown, or whatever his name is, hasn't really shown who he's aligned with, but it seems like if he wasn't with Sylvia, he would quickly be on the guy's side more than, like Johnny Bananas, Tony, Kyle, and Brad, or whatever, but he's not sure where he stand, so he's kind of letting Sylvia make all the power moves, and he's just staying in the cut, and he seems like he's afraid. He seems like he's scared. You know what I mean? But he also staying under the radar too as well. So that's another good point too. So I don't know if he's actually going to go. It looks like he's heading the direction towards the Lavender ladies and TYB, Young Bucks. So I guess that's what that means. So anyway, so we have that situation. So we have the votes. So the people have the most votes. I don't know, I already told you who they are. And so then Johnny Bananas and Tony have to make a decision who's going to go into Armageddon. And to our surprise, they chose Nelson and Shane. And I was like, oh man, they chose Nelson and Shane. Johnny Bananas think he won this time. I like Johnny Bananas too. I like them all. This shit is just entertaining for some reason. I mean, it's just really entertaining. So I'm like, damn. So in my head, I'm like, yo, they gonna go for Jose and Devon or whatever. I was like, damn, they're gonna go for them because that's the most easiest target, the weakest link they could possibly go for, and not rather any feathers. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn, they go for them. I was like, damn, Jose and Devon back in Armageddon again, and they thought they was going back in, and Nelson said, I'm ready to change this game up. I'm ready to be different. Shane's like, I'm ready to do this shit too as well. And I'm so surprised that Shane didn't fought, because he said he hates Devon, whatever her fucking name, Devon and Jose, but he didn't advocate to go up against them. He was like, Shane was like, we can go against anybody. I don't care. We can go with somebody in the alliance. Shane's pissed. You know what I mean? But you could see the way he structured the votes to come out. Nobody else voted for him. So that means they do have an alliance. The alliance is straight. But, Johnny Bananas and Tony had double votes. So that means they got voted twice. So it is what it is. And so I'm thinking like, okay, they're going to go for the easiest team, right? Oh, no. Nelson was like, no, we want to go for Brad, a.k.a. Big Eye, a.k.a. Crazy, a.k.a. Muscle Face, a.k.a. Veteran Brad. And Brad is like, oh, he got them eyeballs sticking. I'm like, oh, shit. And then AKA Kyle with the penis all over the house, AKA hair plugs, AKA dentures, AKA tattoos, AKA swagging through the house. I was like, oh no, they chose them. I was like, yes, this is going to be good. I was like, yes, I'm so glad, you know what I mean, that they did pick them. But I like Kyle and I like Brad too as well, because Brad has changed. He's very mature. And Jose team would be the best team, and Devon would be the best team to pick, but they didn't go to safer. I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Rookies change it up. And it was even Johnny Bananas. Everybody was like, whoa, Zach is hugging Amanda, like, oh, thank God we safe. I was like, yes. Even TJ was like, whoa, you guys are changing it up, huh? Like, yes, it's about time. Like, we need this. So we have that, and then they come down. Brad was like, this is it. This is forever. I'm going to always get you. Every time I see you, Nelson, you're going to be on my shit list. I'm going to vote you in every chance I get. I was like, uh-oh, Brad's in the building. The steroids. No, sir. But that's a joke about the steroids. He's about to come through. And then we got Kyle. Kyle was like, we could do this anyways. You're snakes. We could have voted you in plenty of times, but we didn't. But you snake. You live in the grass. And they were so shocked and surprised. Like, Shane was saying, Kyle's been too busy, sticking it, hitting it, pinning it, having girls go crazy over his eggplant, that he hasn't been paying attention, that there's alliance has formed, and you playing under the water and you swimming beneath. You don't know if you're going to get called out. So he got called out. So it is what it is. And then the exercise, or, is basically they have treadmills that are going the opposite direction than the way that they're going. So if you're going forward, it's going backwards. If you're going backwards, it's going forward. It's going the opposite direction. And you have like this long stick with a ball on it. You hold it together. You got to run on the treadmill forward the way that you need to go, and then you have to put the little ball in the hole. And if you get 10, then you straight. So guess who wins? None other than Nelson and Shane. I'm happy that they won, but they did disappoint me in the beginning of the episode. And Shane coming after Devon was pure bullshit. You know what I mean? And Nelson, poking fun at Ashley was pure bullshit too as well. But it's all good. They won. So I'm like, oh shit. So now we have Kyle and Brad that gotta go to the redemption house, and who's over there? Paulie, their enemy. Paulie, who not Brad, Kyle wanted to fight, coming out with his, it looks like, Kyle got muscles. I was like, oh shit, I never really checked out his muscles. And he's getting wet in the water and whatever. It's raining that day at Armageddon. He's coming out, he's trying to fight, Paulie, and he was just like, damn, I don't want to go over there with Paulie. I don't want to deal with him. He can have it. He can get it. He's like, Nelson's a snake. Nelson's a dog. Oh, they're so shady. They're so bad people. And, they came after us for no reason. Blah, blah, blah. This is the game. Kara's happy too as well. So, but then back at the redemption house, back at the house, Kara gets, Kyle's necklaces and rings, and she's all smushy. Like, damn, Kara's mad embarrassing this season. Like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, she is bad for business. But we all know Kara's gonna come through and probably win. But her mind is not on the game. She's not focused on the game. And so here it is. But I don't know if she wants to go to the redemption house so she can chill and have one-on-one time with Kyle with any interference. I don't know what's going on. But she's emotionally, stop playing the game. Physically, she's kind of stopped playing the game as well. But we've seen this with Kara before, and she's going to come through. This could be all a plot between her and Kyle. Who knows? They could be in love with each other. But shit, I wouldn't be allowing you to sleep with two different women on national TV. Make me look stupid. So we have that situation. Marie was like, come on, like, oh. And Marie's happy that, Kyra's in the redemption house, because she's hoping that Kyra will get back in the game. Yeah, for real, get back in the game. Like, this is what you here for. This is why you a vet. Like, you can't come in here and fall in love because you got a little bit of penis here and there from Kyle with his, Kyle's not all that, man. Like, come on, have some self-esteem, have some pride, have some courage. Like, you there for a reason. You don't train all year to sit around and throw your game away from some dude and get played like a sucker when you have girls talking about, oh, Kyra's just girl power. Yeah, right now she's being weak power, if you ask me. But Anyways, that's just neither here or there. So we got that situation going down, and Kyle leaves his ring, and she's like, oh, she's all mushing up like a marshmallow. The only reason why he did that because he wants to make sure he's still having an alliance with her. So when he come back in the house, he's still cool with her and knowing that she will vote his way, or he's just playing mind games with her, and that's it. And then Johnny Bananas come to the room and was like, oh, you know, Kyle left the same ring and necklace for Ashley. So it is what it is with that situation. He didn't leave Ashley anything. Yep. It is what it is. So moving forward, so now we in a redemption house. Paulie's coming down the stairs. I'm thinking it's going to be a confrontational. That's not. You know, Paulie's also taking his own advice when he told Natalie to chill out and try to make up with, you know, Kaylee, you know, because that's an alliance, or if you pull the double cross, then we straight. You know, if they pull the double cross, maybe they'll bring us forward or whatever. So it is what it is with that situation. So we have that, and so he took his own advice, and he's not trying to come at Kyle. He's not trying to come at, you know, Brad or whatever. Brad and Kyle upset. They're calling Nelson a snake. You know, they're saying your boyfriend is awful, Kaylee. Your boyfriend is just pure evil. He's no good, man. He's a liar. He's two-faced. He's a snake. So you have that situation going on, and Kyle's pissed. And I don't know. See, the thing about it is, I want Kyle and Brad to get back in the house, and I definitely, positively, all day want Cam and Kaylee to get back in the house. So it's going, you know, Kaylee and Cam going against Brad and Kyle is going to be difficult. You know, they're a team to be reckoned with, but it all depends on what kind of challenge they have for them to get back into the redemption house, and it also depends on who pulls a double cross. So it could go in anybody's favor, but having tough teams in the redemption house to fight back to the main house is really difficult too, because if you don't win, you go home. So we have that situation going on. So right now, you know, Kyle and Brad are just, you know, they're shocked. They can't believe this happened. And I don't know if Brad and Kyle was actually aligned with Nelson and Shane anyway. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think it was I think they was playing it cool towards each other, but I believe ultimately, you know, Kyle's going to go with Bananas because they're cooler. But I don't think Brad likes Bananas that much anyway. So it is what it is with that situation. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm just like, damn, it's going crazy. So we get back to the house, and it's just like, damn, they're gone. Brad and Kyle in the redemption house. Now they're going to be watching the camera footage to see what happens. And it's all good. So now we have, you know, now we have the challenge. We're ready to go into another challenge. And basically it's a cage challenge. And you have to go get a tree branch. And, you know, basically the person is in a caged in. And then the keys are at the top. Their partner has to go get a tree branch, saw it off, put the key up to the top of the cage. The branch into the top of the cage. Get the key unlocked. Run across, you know, maybe not even a mile, but run across, you know, a field, and then put a puzzle together. And so much is pretty much easy. You can pretty much think that, you know, for Tony, it's going to be an easy challenge because look how tall Tony is. So how much of a bigger tree do, you know, Bananas have to get? You know what I mean? Because he's almost right there. And Marie, she's tall too as well. So, and Zach is not in the cage. Zach is strong. And then, you know, Amanda was like, you know what, we should do really well because my partner is a lumberjack. And, you know, Zach is like, don't put that much pressure on me. It seems like Zach and Amanda are starting to kind of like each other as friends, as contenders, because now they both kind of see their value. And me, in my opinion, I'm seeing the value in Amanda and Zach actually working together, especially Zach being part of one alliance and Amanda being part of another one, and being good at puzzles and not giving up. And she'll fight to the doom, to the death. That's just how she is. So she don't give up. I haven't seen her give up, or I don't remember her giving up. So that's a cool situation. So guess who's out the cage first? Johnny and Tony out the cage first because Tony is tall as shit. So boom, they're running through. You got Hunter. He gets a branch that's bigger than him. He can't throw it over the goddamn cage. Ashley's like, look at my dumbass partner. I'm clearly the brains in the group, and that's a shame when Ashley's the brains. And so then we have Marie, tall as she is. Kara is bringing little small pieces of branches. Marie can't. This is a really easy thing for Marie to do, but I guess the branches are too little. She can't tie them together. I don't know what it is, but they're the last one out the cage. And then we have, Nelson, and Shane do pretty okay, but they take a little bit too long too as well. But Amanda and Zach is out the cage, but in the cage there's writing on the wall, and I'm surprised like Cara didn't tell Marie to pay attention to the wall. I'm surprised Johnny Bananas didn't tell Tony to pay attention to the wall. Maybe they're assuming, but these are vets not telling them to pay attention. Zach did not tell Amanda to pay attention, but she knew to read the writing on the wall because you know what? She knows it means something, that Shane's stupid. Like, damn. So we have that situation. Ashley stuck in the cage forever. We're seeing Hunter throw this freaking branch that can't get over. And so then point blank, Ashley is not looking of reading or writing on the wall. Like everything stands for something and a challenge. And so it is what it is. And so Devon and Jose, they pretty much get out the cage and they're going fast. And I think Devon remembered what was on the wall because, they did pretty good too as well. So here Cara and Marie was just like, the last people. Ashley and Hunter was second to the last. It was just like, come on, you guys are at the challenge. Like, we competing. Like, what's going on? So anyways, Johnny Bananas and Tony got to the cage, got to the puzzle first, but Tony didn't remember the puzzle, so he had to run back and find out the puzzle. Then here comes Amanda and Zach. Amanda had the puzzle. She remembered it. They got first place. And then after first place was, after Zach and Amanda was first place, and I think second place was Jose and Devon. Second place was Shane and Nelson. I think, second place was Shane and Nelson, I think. No, third place was Shane and Nelson. Fourth place was Sylvia and Gosh, I believe. And fifth place was Tony and Bananas. Sixth place was Hunter and Ashley. And seventh place, I believe, was Cara and Marie. So basically, if you came in last, you're going to have a big disadvantage for the next game because, TJ realized from the last episode that these mother effers was throwing a challenge or giving up right in the middle. So you know what? We're going to give you a real disadvantage. So right now we got Zach and we have Amanda and the powerhouse. They have the power vote. They have double vote. Look at Hunter's haircut. Isn't that shit funny? So we have them. So now who are they going to go for? Are they going to go for the easy target? I think, Jose and Devon was second place. That's right. So there was like, they was just like, yo, man, listen, like the people are always voting us and we come in second place to them. So Jose and Devon are doing a really good job as rookies. Like they are keeping their head up and people are respecting them too as well. Because they had enough respect when Nelson didn't even want to call him out, or Shane, and Shane had beef with them. It was like, nah, let's go for the big dog. So I appreciate that. And so now we have Zach and we have Amanda. The safe way to go is to vote Jose and Devon, for Zach and Amanda because they keep voting them in. So that's the safe way to go. But is Johnny Bananas and Tony going to put pressure on Zach to actually go for Nelson and Shane, because Nelson and Shane is going to be voting them in any chance that they get, and Hunter's going to be voting them in any chance that they get. So the biggest opportunities to do is to go after Nelson and Shane or go after Hunter and Ashley, because Hunter is aligned with Nelson. And then on top of that, you have Ashley that's in charge of the Lavender Lady. So if you get rid of Ashley and Hunter and send them into, the the Redemption House, that's good for them because Ashley's really in charge of the girls, but Hunter's really in charge of the girls because he came up with the master vote. So I guess the best thing to do is to send in Nelson and send in, Shane, but I don't know if they're going to go that route because we'll see how Amanda, this is where we're going to figure out how Amanda and Zach are going to pull their votes. Whose side are they really on? And if they're going to shake things up. Because it's going to be known whoever they vote for. So, but we know that Zach said he's tight with Tony. So we'll see what happens in that situation. And is Amanda going to give in if they want to go for, Hunter and Shane? Because Shane is a part of the Lavender Ladies. I mean, Shane and Nelson Shane is a part of the Lavender Ladies. Or they're going to go after Hunter and Ashley, and Ashley's a part of the Lavender Ladies. So other people that are not a part of the Lavender Ladies is Jose and Devon. So we'll see how it goes. Peace. This was a great episode. I just couldn't believe at Armageddon, and then Nelson and Shane wins. I was like, yo, this is gonna be triumphant for Nelson and Shane, and they actually did it. Peace.